Hey guys, me, Ricky Stalin, back with a new one. Today we're taking a look at the Summoner in Pantheon Rise Netherfall. So this is one that I'm super excited for. I'm not trying to say I make a Summoner, but this is one that really sparked my interest. Because, you know, I'm sorry that I'm always comparing WoW to Pantheon. I should never do that, because WoW is really bad right now. And even though I really enjoyed it back in the day, it was still a lot different than EverQuest. So I kind of don't like me comparing it a lot to WoW. But then again, that's like the MMORPG that I knew the most. So I kind of apologize for that, but it's just sometimes I just gotta do it. And if you look at the Summoner, you know, I was first thinking, is this like a Warlock and Necromancer? No, the Necromancer is a different class, right? So okay then, it's also not a Mage, because that is the Wizard, right? So I've never seen a Summoner really. Let me know if there was a Summoner in EverQuest. I assume there was, but like I said, I'm not really sure. So I have nothing to compare this to. Summoner, obviously, if I think about it first time, I would assume that is, you know, he can summon different elementals, maybe, and use them to... But what is he doing? Does he have, like, also elemental casts? But then it's going to be kind of like the Wizards, right? So, let's go through this and let's check it out. So, the Summoner, if you want to play a Summoner, you have 4 races you can pick from. You can play a Dark Mirror, you can play an Elf, or a Human, or a Gnome. Very, very cool. Not that many races to pick from, so you got to be, you know, think about it, what you're going to pick. On the bottom left, you see the picture of what races you could, what the races kind of look like. I personally, if I would do a Summoner, I would probably go for a Gnome or maybe a Dark Mirror, because I think that fits them the most. I haven't looked into the passives or anything. I'm just going from the looks, but very, very cool. So this is a damage class. Very, very cool. Okay. The combat resource is going to be mana, so not like anything else on top of that. So that is also very common. Very, very, very well known to me as well. Available armor, cloth and arcane shields. Okay. Available weapons, dagger, club, stave, quarterstaff, and longstaff. Very, very cool. What you kind of would expect from a kind of mage type of class, right? Very, very cool. So let's go through the abilities. That's kind of what I'm really, really excited for with this class. So if you go down to the featured abilities, keep in mind, those are not all abilities that this class is going to have. And maybe there's a lot of stuff in here that's going to change. Those are just some abilities that the devs wanted to show us to kind of let us know what the Summoner could be all about, right? So let's go through this. Featured abilities. Water, Archemental, Undying. The water-based Undying specializes in healing and restorative abilities that directly benefit the Summoner and other Archementals. Very, very nice. Wait, specializes in healing and restorative abilities. So this is kind of where he gets his healing from, and the restorative abilities. Very, very cool. So already seeing a healing ability, even though he's a DPS class. So it's nice for him to have some, you know, some self-sustain, some stuff he can use himself. Earth Archemental. Titan. The Earth-based Titan specializes in detaining the Summoner's enemies and protecting the Summoner from harm, capable of putting enemies into a fatigued state. Very, very nice. So I would assume he could always use only one of those Archementals, right? Let me know if you guys know more about this, if there was something like this in EverQuest, but I would assume so. So if you know, use the Titan one, then it's more about protecting yourself, you know, putting the enemies in a fatigued state, and just protecting the Summoner in general, whatever that kind of means or how he's going to do that, but very, very cool. Archemental Mastery allows you to have your Undying active alongside your other active Archemental. Oh, well, that question got answered then. Allows you to have your Undying, which we saw here, the first one, active alongside your other active Archemental. Very, very cool. So if you use this, you can have pretty much the active one and the Undying one. Very cool. Okay. Phase. Create a dimensional pocket and slip inside briefly, ending combat. When you emerge, the phase anomaly will have stripped you of all harmful and beneficial effects. Very nice. So this is a really good ship button here, you know, like, oh, if you pulled a mob or something, or you pull 2 mobs, then I assume you could use this. You go through that dimensional pocket and you end combat. So the enemies, I assume, reset. And you also get rid of your harmful and beneficial effects. So you pretty much naked, like in a sense of like no buffs, no debuffs, nothing. Very nice. I guess it could also be a bit painful, depending on what buffs you had, right? Maybe you had a buff from a Shaman who helped you out 5 minutes earlier, and now that those are gone, right? Is that kind of how I'm... I hope I'm kind of analyzing this properly here, but still, you survived, right? Because you used that, so I guess that's good. Summon Raft. Summon a raft for you and your group to sail on. Wait, what? Wait, what? Oh, that is cool. I've seen the map of Terminus, but now when I think about it, I'm not quite sure like how much water there really is. I know there's a lot of water around it, but like inside the land, you know. But very, very cool little gadget here. Super nice. Mana Boomerang. Propel a blade of mana toward and then summon it back to you. Wait. Propel a blade of mana forward and then summon it back to you, damaging all enemies it comes in contact with on returning. It will restore a portion of your mana base on a percentage of the total damage. Oh, that is so cool. So imagine you're like fighting those two mobs right there. Your tank is tanking, your healer is healing, and everyone is doing his stuff. You throw that boomerang through them, I assume, and then call them back, and you get some mana back, and also what? Some little heal? It will restore a portion of your mana. Oh no, just mana. And it also deals damage, though, and it gives you mana back. So assuming that Pantheon is a game where mana is going to be really important, and that's something I really hope. I hope that mana is just not this bar that is there, no one really cares about it, like it is in WoW, for example. Back in the day in WoW, you had to sit down, you had to get your mana back. It was a bit more like it, but nowadays it's just a joke. But if I assume that mana is really important in Pantheon, then this could be so cool. Just to like, oh, I'm out of mana. No worries, use my boomerang, throw it through the enemies, deal damage to them, it comes back, deals damage again, as far as I heard, right? Also, when returning, damage all enemies it comes in contact. So I assume it does damage twice, going through it and coming back, and then gives mana back for the damage it dealt. Very, very cool. I like this a lot. This is cool. And then you maybe have enough mana again to summon one of your Archimentals, right? Very nice, very nice. Mana Shield. Briefly materialize a shield that absorbs a percentage of your total health in spell damage, while also making you immune to all magical effects. Very nice. Immune to all magical effects. Very good, right? If you fight maybe some magical enemies that are caster enemies. Very cool. That absorbs a percentage of your total health in spell damage. Very, very nice. So you only want to have this active pretty much against, like, casters and stuff, right? I guess that's a bit, yeah, okay. So, pretty good. You have your mana shield here. I know that from WoW, pretty much. The mage also had a mana shield there. The Wind-based Sapphire specializes in dealing rapid, close-range, physical, and nature damage to the summoner's enemies, capable of putting enemies into a disoriented state. Very nice. This is your close-range, physical, and nature damage summoner. Very, very cool. Fire Archimental Fury. The fire-based Fury specializes in dealing powerful fire, nature, and magic damage to the summoner's enemies, capable of putting enemies into a burning state. Oh man, I mean, if you play this class, you really gotta know what Archimentals you are using, right? Or maybe I'm just misunderstanding this, because we can see here over Archimental Mastery allows you to have your Undyne active alongside your other active Archimental. So I would assume that Undyne, since it says Undyne, is always there, but then you can choose one of the other ones. But can you swap through them like freely though, right? Or what's the cooldown on that? But really, really cool. Summon Archimental Armor and Weaponry. You are able to summon armor and weaponry that is specifically designed for your Archimentals to use in combat. As you grow in power, the variety and potency of this weaponry will increase. Okay then, very cool. Escape Portal. Create a portal at the target location while the portal is active. When you activate this ability again, your group will be transported through that portal to the location it was placed. But wait a second, I'm assuming this is not like you press M and you see the map and you put it anywhere on the map and you go there? That would be insanely powerful. I assume that still has to kind of be in your viewing range, right? It's more like a portal that's, if you're standing here, you can put a portal somewhere over there, like depending on what the range is. Or does this literally mean anywhere on the map? That no matter which one it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. That is nice. Your whole group can go through it. We're leaving, guys. We're out, right? Pretty nice. Summon Wall of Woods. Summon a wall of woods to place nearby. While it lasts, it is an immovable object that enemies must break down to pass through. Oh my god, this is awesome. So I wonder, can he also use this in fight? Very cool. It's gonna wall off those enemies for I guess a while until the wall is down. After being struck with spell damage, create a portal near your enemy and replicate the same effect back at them, dealing a percentage of the damage the ability dealt to you. After being struck with spell damage. So a caster is hitting you with a spell. You put a portal next to the enemy, and then that spell is pretty much coming out there again, hitting the enemy. Oh, that's a cool idea. That is really cool. I like that. Very nice. So, man, I mean, hey, this is the summoner. Very cool. Like I said, especially because it's not like a mage, it's not a necromancer, it's not a warlock. It is the summoner. It's his own class. You really got to know what you're doing with this class, right? Always knowing which ones are those archementals. You got to pop out, you know, when you use which one. That is gonna, you know, you need a lot of learning to actually play this class properly, I would assume, because you got to know, you know, when to use what. But I guess you have to do that with every class. But here it's just like they're all so different, those archementals. Some are doing nature damage, physical damage. One of them is healing you. One of them is doing more physical damage. The other one does like fire damage, right? It's probably this one that we see here. Pretty cool, man. I like this. Let me know if you guys enjoy this one, and if you guys play a summoner. This is one that's super interesting to me, and I'm sure I will play one at some point, even if it's not the first thing. But I will definitely take a look at the summoner for sure. Let me know in the comments down below, guys, what do you think about the summoner, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.